Look, my point here is, give me what is the criteria you are utilizing to determine what is right, what is wrong.
I'm telling you, all right, listen. In the Quran, right?
No, I'm not asking that. My question, because it's a new criteria.
It's not my criteria.
My question, look, let me repeat my question. No. You criteria. I'm giving you, I'm going to let you come to the garden. What is your criteria to determine what is right, what is wrong?
It's wrong. Everyone will say that. Everyone.
I'm not, you,
hey, listen.
I don't know how to speak it. Waga nugu, migi rugu, waga.
Okay.
Maga?
What does that mean? What does that mean?
I spoke English. I said to you, what is your criteria you are utilizing to determine what is right, what is wrong?
I said, well, moral. Yeah, exactly.
Who's moral? Which moral?
Well, the majority. Look.
Wait, which moral?
Humanity.
Humanity. In Africa, they get married at the age of 12 and 11. According to British law, they are pedophiles. Will you call them pedophiles? Look, silence.
In Italy, you can marry at the age of 12. Really?
Italy.
Exactly, it's subjective. But then again,
That's my point again. No, you ask my question. What is your criteria?
what is my criteria? What do you mean by what is my
I can help you out.
Where is the criteria? Go on. Where is the criteria?
Morally, to me.
To look at it.
No. Because whatever you're going to look at it, if your criteria is not from God, it will be subjective.
Well,
Say the Bible.
it's the same
Say
thing.
the Bible. What happens?
In the Bible says that when God gave commandment to Moses, he said, kill every woman that slept with a man and keep the little girls for yourself.
Keep the little girls. Where does it say that? Where does it say that?
Brother, read the
Keep the
verse.
little girls for yourself.
I made no, not this one. Get the one when God told Moses to kill every woman that slept with a man. Yeah.
Can I
I want to hear those words.
I don't know that, but just off the top of my
Oh,
head.
go on.
Let's say it does say that for a second.
Bring it
right?
up.
Let's say that it does say that and it condones it in that situation, right?
It doesn't condone. It condoned it, yeah.
In that situation, right. The difference is that in Christianity, our figurehead sort of thing isn't Moses, it would be Jesus, right? Whereas in Islam, your figurehead, the person you follow, is the life of Muhammad, right? So even if the prophets, so David, we know that David sinned with Bathsheba, all these kind of things. We don't say, okay, we follow him, that's an issue for us. If Jesus was the one who was doing it, then that would be a problem. So if you're going to find a parallel in Christianity, you have to show where Jesus is doing these kind of things.
That's a good argument.
That's what I'm saying.
So you believe Jesus as God?
Yeah.
Correct. So the God that was telling to kill babies and children, that was Jesus.
Fair point. Yeah, no, I think
You know
that's
what I'm saying? So now the question you ask.
all I'm saying is I don't know the context.
No problem. What's your name? What's your name?
I'm Luca.
Luca, nice to meet you. My name is Shemsy. Luca, that's a good point. The Christian always come to us as Jesus, he was all loving, correct? That's what they say.
Yeah.
As a man, but the problem that you have, you believe Jesus was God. So the question you ask yourself, was Jesus more merciful when he was a man than God, or God was more merciful than Jesus when he became a man?
Neither.
No, it has to be one of them.
It doesn't have to. Why can't they be equally merciful?
I'll tell you why. Because God has more mercy than human being.
You know what? Wait. Say the whole thing.
Okay,
again, wait.
Jesus was a man. Okay.
Yeah, no. But that's ignoring the fact that we believe, the whole idea of the hypostatic union.
I understand that there was a God and a man same time.
Right. So we're saying that Jesus, as God the Son, in his 33 years on life on earth, is equally merciful to his eternity.
He's not, because he said
Why?
I'll tell you why. It's a good point. If you read the Bible, New Testament,
Yep.
he said the Father is greater than I. So that proves that they're not same.
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie and say I know the answer to that. I have heard good answers to that. I can't remember it.
No problem.
I can't
I can give you another
What
one.
did you say the Father's
Oh,
greater
sorry.
than I?
In the Bible, Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you say? Do you want me to say?
Yeah.
Can I say?
Listen, John. He said, I'm going to my Father.
Can I say why he said it?
I'll go. No, it can happen.
Why he said that?
Wait.
Because he left his deity in heaven and he become a man. He said,
I
the
understand
Father's
that.
greater, you become a man like you.
Yeah, but
The conversation you stopped me a minute
No.
ago.
But,
The conversation we stopped a
that's
minute ago is
yeah.
the same conversation.
But-
He come like a man like
You heard his point. His point, he said, Jesus as God and a man, they were same. So I just told him they were not. That's my point.
Who was the same?
No,
Jesus-
we said same in terms of mercy.
They're not, because Jesus said the Father is greater than I.
Okay,
Yeah,
and I'm
because he
saying
become
is that I
a
have
man
heard answers
like
to that.
you.
I can't
Yeah.
remember. I'm not going to pretend.
Okay, I'll give you another one.
Carry
So
on.
my point here is that when Jesus was saying, because you believe Jesus was God, correct?
Yeah.
So when Jesus was telling Moses and telling David to kill babies, was he merciful that time? Was he still merciful? Because God merciful all the times, correct?
It's complicated because you're saying it's like when God condemns people to hell, for example, right? that's not saying that he then loses his attribute of mercy.
I understand that very well.
He can still have the attribute of mercy, but in that specific example,
So-
he's then acting a different
But he
attribute.
doesn't lose his mercy. It's just him being
But,
just.
Yeah, fine. Okay, so
no,
we're
my-
saying in this instance, he's acting his attribute of wrath or justice or
That's a good point.
or
So
that kind of thing.
therefore, killing the babies and children does not remove the mercy of God.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, that's good. That's a fair.
Potentially,
Allah.
I'm going off the top of my head right
No,
now.
no, it's true.
The context.
Look, what I say, I don't believe God will say kill babies and children, slaughter them. Person might say you don't believe in natural disaster. That's a different subject.
Yeah.
But I don't believe God, because Allah said in the Quran, وَلَا تَزِرُ وَازِرَةٌ وِزْرَ أُخْرَى. Allah will not punish a baby or a child or a man or a woman for the sins of their forefathers. Allah does not do that.
Wait, but why are you presupposing that the killing of the children is necessarily a punishment for sins?
That's a good point, because if you read Samuel,
Yeah.
2nd, 1 from 15, 1 onward, he says, go kill the Amalekites. Do you know why? Kill their babies and children. Do you know why?
Yeah, because of the sins of their forefathers.
That's what I'm saying.
Wait.
God is not just then.
Wait.
According to you, I believe
No,
it's
no,
just.
but there's a bit of a nuance in that, insofar as you can say that he's not telling you that the babies are guilty of the sins of their forefathers, right? He's
No,
saying
I'm
that
looking
the
for that.
sins within the
I'll
whole
check it for
Amalekite
that.
system against Israel and so
You can
on
bring that up,
is
but
so
the thing
horrible.
is-
Wait, listen, it's
talk
such,
about
to
that.
such an extent that it will
The
continue
Amalekites,
around and they will plague and pollute the surrounding world at the time. So he's saying wipe them off the map basically, because they are always going to be a problem of sin
Exactly.
going against Israel and so
So
on.
you're justifying killing of the babies and children.
I'm going off the top of my head on this. I'm just saying
Yeah.
specifically on that scenario. That's what I can.
So no, I'm speaking. No, I'm speaking to him. I spoke to you already. I'm speaking to him. He's a man of intelligence. So my point here is. No, I'm speaking to him.
You don't understand the verse.
Wait 1 minute. Yeah? So now I want to take you back to. Forget all of this. Let's go back to the foundation. Look, the reason we believe in Jesus, okay? We believe in Moses. However, we don't believe Jesus was God. Do you know why? Because even in the Quran, Allah said to Prophet Muhammad, if they ask you about the knowledge of the hour, say no one knows it except God.
I know Matthew 24,
Okay?
yeah, I
But according to Jesus, he doesn't know the hour.
No one knows the hour,
Because he's
so-
left
Yeah.
his deity in heaven. He left his form of.
So you just told me he was God and the man same time.
Okay, wait,
He
wait,
left
wait.
it, he was God.
Become a
I
man
know,
like you.
I'm not
like
trying
you,
to
so that
avoid
you
your
I'm speaking to him.
I'm not trying to avoid
become
your
a man
question.
like you.
But originally with the debate about Aisha,
Exactly like
Yeah.
I don't want to go into all these.
No problem. Aisha here. Look, I have many books here. I can give you this book to read. It's a very nice book. Here gives the difference between the marriage of King Richard II of England, died 1,400 to 6 years old, Isabella, and the King John.
But this still comes back to the central issue, and I think he was bringing it up, was the fact that
Prophet Muhammad is the best example.
yeah, King Richard is never seen as
That's
the
a
best
good point.
example.
Prophet
In
Muhammad
any
sallallahu alaihi
religion.
wasallam. Look, there's two things Christian they keep mixing. Not everything Prophet Muhammad did, alayhi salatu wasalam, we have to follow. Some things he did was according to his culture. For example, Prophet Muhammad covered his head with a turban, correct? Do I cover my head? No, because the scholar said, hear me out.
Yeah.
Because scholar said that was according to the culture. No one Christian, the Christians, they never come to me, say, Shemsy, why don't you get married to a woman? She's 45 and you are 20. Prophet Muhammad did it.
Yeah.
Prophet Muhammad got married to Sauda, she was 50 years old. Why? They don't ask me. Because
Why?
why? Because why? Prophet Muhammad's actions, not every action he did was for us to follow.
Why did
Some
he-
of, I'm speaking, best example in divine law, in his law and everything. But even in the culture, that, for example, now a person might say, I want to marry a woman, she's at the age of 10 or 9, okay? Person might say, no, in Britain, it's pedophilia. Say, hold on a minute, mate. You're not my slave master. You're not superior than me. That's according to your law. I'm not British. I'm from Africa. I'm from Asia. I'm from Eskimo. That's why, look, Islam doesn't come and impose this, the Arab, in Islam.
How many wives?
I'm speaking to him.
7 or did he give you 5?
So my point here is that what is good about Islam, if everyone follow British law, the world become what? Kiosk. Because every
Chaos forever, bro. It's been chaos forever. The whole world.
Do you know why? Because every society function according to its culture. You understand? So Islam teach you that sometimes your culture can be part. Can we move aside? How they speak? Yeah, if you move aside, you can speak. No, these guys speak.
Because he was
don't let
inside
anyone
out,
talk.
so I
You
don't
don't let
want to go
anyone
completely.
talk.
What I want to say is just 2 points I wanted to raise.
Yeah.
He
He talks for like 10 minutes.
When
They don't ever let him speak.
when you were saying about how Muslims don't have to follow everything that Muhammad did,
Yes.
what I don't want to go into it, but I just want to bring it up.
Yeah.
Maybe if you can answer it. Really
No problem. If I know, I'll answer it. If I don't know, I don't know.
So, I see a lot of Muslims who, they might grow their beard in a specific way, wear a certain attire and everything, like following the Sunnah of Muhammad and
Yes,
so on, like as
correct.
much as possible, right?
Yeah.
So, on what criteria are you going to say, okay, him marrying a 45 or a 9-year-old or whatever, that is not part of his Sunnah directly, but this wearing and this exact patterns of
That's good.
That is, how do you differentiate clearly?
Prophet Muhammad gave us a commandment to grow our beard, clearly. He said grow your beard.
Okay.
But Prophet Muhammad never gave us a commandment to marry this age or that age. You know why? Because in the Quran, he gives us the age of marriage.
Yeah.
And it's up to you want to get married or not. Even Prophet Muhammad doesn't even say you have to get married.
Okay,
You understand?
fine,
So that's
I
it.
accept that.
That's
Can I
it.
say something?
But
I haven't finished.
but I accept the answer.
No, but I haven't finished.
Okay, fine,
Yeah.
fine.
And
Can I say one thing?
No, I'm speaking to you.
You know, if you
According,
give yourself 7 women and give you 5, do you not think that was a bit greedy of him?
You see, when you
It was
say
a prophet-
that's what we ignore.
yeah.
But that's,
Okay.
it's the truth.
No problem. I can. No problem. You want to speak to you? Well, sorry, forgive me. Yeah. Okay. If 10 women came now, they are adults.
But he only give himself, he gives
Listen
himself
carefully.
7 in heaven.
Listen
He gives
carefully.
you 5. He's more privileged than
He
you.
asked me questions that even let me answer. Look after yourself. Anyway, if 10 women are adults and they are mature and everything, and they want to be my wife, and I accept them, why is wrong?
If they're babies, it's wrong costing us.
I said they're adults.
They're little kids. If
They are
they're
50 years old.
If they're adults, that's up to you. That's your prerogative.
So don't go.
Hundred wives if you want.
خلاص we got Prophet Muhammad. Look, I just finished him. He doesn't know. He doesn't know he got finished. But they don't mind to have girlfriends. Anyway,
multiple girlfriends
Prophet
too.
Allah give us criteria. The age of marriage. What is the age of marriage according to Quran? But it's not compulsory upon every society. Is the age of puberty.
Okay.
Because why? Even if you Google it, what is the difference between a child and an adult? When a child reaches the age of puberty, becomes an adult.
Okay.
However, in Islam,
definition.
hear me out. In Islam, that is not enough. Why? She has to be what? Psychologically ready and mature ready.
Okay, so on that point now, so I think you've answered that first objection first.
Now I have to check the time for prayer, to be honest, because we pray. It's 20 past 4. Go on, the last one. Because I need to go pray.
So on the issue of you saying, the only way I can see it being consistent within Islamic theology for Muhammad to marry Aisha is if you're saying at not necessarily the age of 6, but I think it's maybe the age of 9.
9, yes, 9.
9 that she's already reached puberty, and also that she's psychologically mature.
She was mature.
And one potential objection to that is what he raised earlier. He said she was playing with dolls, and you said that was up to the age of 16.
Yeah.
So if she's still playing with dolls up to the age of 16, that is probably indicative of the fact that she's probably not. If she's still in a psychological state where she's still playing with dolls, she's probably not in a psychological state where she's ready for a marriage 7 years earlier than that, even.
Okay.
With Muhammad. So
That is not.
can you
That's a good point.
wait. So that was one point, but the other point was also you have to substantiate also that she was reached puberty by the age of 9.
She said that.
Those 2 points.
She said. Aisha mentioned herself. She said when a girl reaches the age of 9, she's a woman.
But how does that? So
That's what I'm saying. How different between a girl and a woman? The age of puberty. She said that. Yeah.
So is that Quran or Hadith?
That's hadith.
Right.
Aisha said it herself.
Okay, and is that directly the way how you're saying woman, right?
Yeah.
Is it very, very commonplace that you guys associate woman with puberty sort of thing?
Yeah,
Is that, like,
that's how. Yeah,
sense?
because woman, child doesn't call woman in Islam. We don't call mar'a. Mar'a, you don't call a child a mar'a. You call her bint or tifla, but not a mar'a, a woman. Okay. The other thing which so you mentioned the toys. What I will tell you, Yusuf Google. Now there is many women in YouTube, big women. They have the habit of playing with those. Guess what? They are married. Guess what? One of them even she said my boyfriend, the new boyfriend, he likes me play with those. If she's still a child, the government should hand them down.
Wait, but that's different.
Why you just tell me the doll?
No. Because
So the doll doesn't make you a child.
No. I'm saying no. But here's the difference: is that the government, the English British government, they're not operating on a system of Islamic theology and understanding.
No, but I'm saying according to which law or according to which criteria that if a woman play with a doll, she's a child. Which culture?
On your culture.
No, it doesn't.
Wait, can I
Doesn't
explain
mean
why?
that.
Can I explain why? Right.
I told you it doesn't mean that.
I'm trying to explain why
Okay.
I think it could be. Because you were saying that the 2 criteria were puberty and psychological readiness, right?
Yeah.
I'm saying that having those pistol playing with those toys is indicative of psychological unreadiness.
But according to who?
Wait.
According to who?
You can't. The whole thing is
He just
subjective.
gave an
though.
example of.
I know.
But he just gave it.
I know.
You can't say
Relating
that
to that
he
example.
gave
To that
This is the
example.
point.
So to that
What are you just
example-
doing? Look at me. You are connected.
wait,
Okay,
The
sorry.
problem is that we have no 10-year-old children here. If they
You
were
know
here,
Nintendo
it would be
No, no. We don't have 10 years old of 1,400 years ago. That's a
I don't know if that makes a difference.
Yeah, it does, because according to experts,
verse anyway.
it does make. You can read the book here.
When,
My hands are cold.
I have many books. Knowledge is good.
when you brought up
Do
the
you play
example of the
Xbox?
adult.
Do you play Xbox?
I know, but you know when he brought up the example of adult.
Yeah, okay.
So,
Do you know how many people play Xbox?
okay,
And they
wait,
still
just a minute. You know when you said about the
Anyway,
adult,
keep the book for you.
yeah,
To read this.
when you said about the adult, she was old enough, so she's reached puberty, obviously,
Yeah.
but she's not psychologically mature.
But who said playing with a doll doesn't make psychological?
I'm saying that the whole idea of psychologically mature is a subjective one.
That's what, no. But that's my
Do you
point.
agree on that?
My point. Yeah, it's true.
Right, exactly.
it
So
says that she has
why are
to
you
reach
saying
the
that?
age of puberty, yeah.
Are you asserting otherwise that playing with dolls
As she was a
cannot
little
be
girl,
indicative
not
of the
yet
fact that they're
reached
not
the age of
psychologically
puberty.
ready?
Yeah, that's what I say. Doesn't mean
How?
that. Because the fact Aisha herself, when she was 16, she was carrying out the actions of a woman. She was not just playing with dolls. She herself, she used to ask Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. When she was 18, she was one of the major scholars. No, when she was 18, she was one of the major scholars. The big scholars, the age of 50, 60, used to go back to her, ask her questions. And let me ask you, and pedophilia, when I looked for the definition of pedophilia, someone is only interested in little children. If they grew up, he's not interested in any more of them. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was with Aisha until she was 8.
I never said he was a pedophile.
No, I'm just giving you that because you mentioned that. The Prophet was with Aisha until she was 18, until he died. And she was what? She was a scholar. So in this book, what's your name again? Sorry? Luca. In this book, because look, in order for us to speak about any subject, if we want to speak about physics, who should we go back to? Physicist. Okay? Biology, biologist. So in this, with regard of this issue, we go to psychologist, what they call them, a sociologist, non-Muslim one, from America, from Britain. They tell you, back in those days, just 300 years back, children were completely different than children of our time. They used to reach the age of mature way quicker. Why? Because there was no nursery, there was no secondary school, primary school, secondary school, college. No. Either you are a girl child or a woman, a boy child or a man. And man, adult, even the adolescence term is a new term that was used, that was invented in the 19th century. There was not before. You know, this teenager, adults, all these stages that came way after. Before, as I've mentioned, a child or not. The fact that is that any a Christian or a Jew or an atheist say what Prophet Muhammad did was pedophilia, without any doubt he's going to put himself in a deep, deep hole. Why? Because worldwide was something which is well known that back in those days, girls, to differentiate between a child and a woman was the age of puberty. You have to say your ancestors, German or British or French, were pedophiles. And no one says that except the foolish man.
And Joseph was a pedophile.
Yeah, Joseph.
Muslim is
Look after yourself, take care. I'm good.